Absolutely. This is where I want to bring in another aspect. Like you mentioned about how in the Middle East and in that particular region, how the religion just took over everything else and laid to rest the ancient practices of that particular region. Despite brutalizing Bharatavarsha for 500 long years, that did not happen here. We continue to believe in our way of life. We continue to believe in Sanatana Dharma, and we continue to move in that trajectory. Why is that so? Why couldn't they have that kind of an impact here?
Yeah, okay, for several reasons. One was the sheer vastness of our geography. Two, what they did not encounter as they did elsewhere was the sheer amount of warrior power or the spirit of valor or Kshatriya. Each king that they thought they had encountered elsewhere in the world, one average king out here, our kings fought to the tooth and nail, and they did not succumb to this forced conversions just like that out of fear or whatever. You must remember that between Qasim and Mahmud of Ghazni, there's at least a gap of about 300 years. Those 300 years, whatever the little successes that Qasim had achieved were limited to just two cities. One was Mulastana or Multan, and another is Al-Mansura or Mansura today. It is in Pakistan again. Mansura was originally a tiny island on the banks of Sindhu River. Okay, so the literal meaning of Mansura means a place of shelter or refuge. Meaning the Muslim governor that Qasim had installed, and those who succeeded this governor, they had to literally run for safety, because every tiny Hindu chief, they would gang up and launch surprise raids against this guy, and whatever vestiges of power, Muslim power, was remaining in that region. And there was harassed so much that one historian says a place in which a Mussalman could find refuge in Hindustan was never to be found. Therefore, we are running off to Mansura. So this they did not bargain, and they did not know the exact nature of the geography, the geographical differences and difficulties, the routes, military routes, trade routes. They didn't know, except for what the early geographers had written. And those are all written accounts. But it is one thing to write the accounts and one thing to actually come to the geography and experience the climate and other difficulties. And plus the sheer massive armies and the fight back that Hindu kings gave, that unnerved them, and it took a long time for them. But the other fact, like I think you mentioned in the passing in your earlier question, was the infighting among the Hindus, which actually made subsequent invasions that much easier. So you could play one Hindu king against the other and pretend to support this guy, that kind of politics. So that is also an undeniable reality of